What up, though? It's your boy Leek Hustle, man, and we interviewing with Detroit rap news.
This a rap news exclusive.
Leek Hustle, welcome back.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So this is the first interview you've done since getting out of the feds.
Yeah, it's official. This the first one, man. First one I did since I've been home.
So how you enjoying being free again?
I mean, I'm loving it. I ain't gonna lie. You know, it's a little adjusting, but I'm loving it though for the most part though. You
What
feel?
you noticed has changed from the time you left to the time you came back?
Shit, everything. The mentality, the women, the niggas. It's a lot done changed. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot done changed.
What's something that really sticks out in your mind?
The females acting like niggas, the niggas acting like bitches. The young niggas around this bitch don't want to get no paper. They want to kill shit. It's a lot of shit that's throwing me off. You feel me? And I'm just sitting back, taking, one day at a time, learning this shit for real.
So you noticed that more people are into killing shit than trying to get money now.
Man, that shit is crazy. I mean, look, niggas been killing for the longest. But my thing is, what happened to the young niggas that want to get some pay? You gonna kill them? That shit gonna happen. But at the same time, it's like niggas like fuck getting some money. I want to go catch a body. I want to, that shit throwing me off. If y'all gonna be on that type of time, this how I feel. Y'all niggas go kill them chomos that's around this bitch molesting these little girls, these little boys. Get them the same pressure. These niggas beating these old women up. These niggas, you know what I mean? All these hoe ass niggas that's doing this bullshit, get them niggas the same pressure. Shit. And I respect everything else you doing. You feel me? That's how I feel though. But if you ain't on that type of time, man, you in the way. You feel me?
Let's take it back to the situation that landed you in the feds.
Mm-hmm.
You remember exactly where you were when you got the call that you were about to be indicted?
Yeah, I remember that day like it was yesterday. I was actually in Ohio at the time. And it was the same day his squad male got killed. I get a call. First I get a call, my man Meech hit me like, damn man, you heard what happened to Mill? Mill got, he got smoked. Ooh. I'm like, damn. Next call I get, private number. The motherfucker say, is this Malik Dillard Cribs? I bang quick, like, hold on, bitch, y'all done said my whole government name. This is the DEA. So I'm like, damn, it's got my heart beating. Then I get another call. Damn, man, they just raided Unc Crib back in the city. Woo. So all this shit simultaneously. You feel me? And then they call back and they say, yeah, this is the DEA. We got a warrant for your arrest. Woo. So I'm like, all right, give me a number. Give me your number. I'm going to have my lawyer call. When they give me the number, it's a 606 number. So I'm like, damn, that's Kentucky. You know what I mean? So now my mind wondering. Go from that, boom. My lawyer, he called him for sure. They're like, yeah, it's a warrant for your arrest, man. You've been indicted on a conspiracy. So I'm like, damn. So it's like a Thursday or Friday, I think. And they like, man, we're going to give you the weekend, get your affairs together, but you got to turn yourself in. We already let them know you're going to self-surrender, and turn myself in. And that's when the whole thing began,
So what was that process like when you turned yourself in?
I mean, it's a feeling you can't explain because it's like you ain't see it coming. You know what I mean? It was on the day where it was like, I ain't see it coming. Now it's like, damn, this how I'm about to go out, or this how it's about to end. You know what I mean? And you really don't know what they got you on. So when you know you did enough shit, you like, is it this? Is it that? You thinking the worst case scenario? You know what I mean? Your mind racing. So, that shit had me in the, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit of everywhere though, for real. On some real shit though.
Because before you went in, your music was blowing up. Like you had a video with Blac Youngsta.
Yeah.
Seen that. And how did that video come about?
I was on the east side. Project Pacino had a video in the Warren County projects and shit. And they had us come out and shit. My man Onion, he put it together. He like, shit, man, dog. Woo. He introduced me. And they let me know what they wanted for the feature and shit. We put it together. We went to hell of a studio, and it seemed like everybody in the city was in that bitch. Vez pulled up, Lou and them pulled up. It seemed like everybody was in that bitch. You know what I mean? Recorded the record. Youngsta did his thing, and then we shot the video shit the next day.
Also saying you had a lot going on with T Grizzley. What's going on with you and him?
That's my peoples and shit. I seen him once since I've been home. My man's him and Moo, they had their little grand opening at they little babe spot and shit, the babe lounge and shit. Shout out to the babe lounge. Moo, Tay, T, they doing their thing. We chopped it up and shit, And one thing about it, man, when it come to that situation, when I was in prison, I heard a lot of different shit. Oh man, Leek and T beefing. Oh, Leek jealous and But one thing about it, like with me and him, we never got into it about nothing. We don't owe each other no money. It never was no whole shit, you feel me? I just learned, like, people grow. People get into different things, and it's like, niggas don't make it out where we from, you feel me? We don't know no niggas from our hood that actually made it, so it's like, when you on the outside, you see the world try to divide. Oh, man, that nigga should have did this. He should be doing that for you, man. You looked out. And it's like, look, man, nigga don't owe me nothing. You feel me? What I did was from the heart, and just to see somebody where I'm from make it, man, that's enough. You feel me? You know what I mean? Don't nobody owe me shit. Like, if somebody do it, it's a blessing. But other than that, this what real motherfuckers do. You feel me? And it'll never be no issue with me and him. You feel me? It's all love.
All love. That's what's up. So, going in, we're going to back it up a little bit. Going in, when you got arrested.
Yeah.
Did they give you a bond?
Yep. So, one thing about that bond shit, right, with the feds, the only way you get in a bond, well, I mean, every state different, but I turned myself in Ohio. So when you get in a bond, if you got 0 criminal history, now if you got any priors, they not giving you no bond. You feel me? But with me, I got a clean history. You feel me? I paid a good lawyer and shit. He cracked my head open. You feel me? But at the same time, he got me a bond, but I couldn't leave the state of Ohio. You get what I'm saying? So that was the stipulations of my bond. You feel me? So I was on bond for probably 8-9 months and shit. You know what I mean? Yep.
Yeah. So once you got your bond, you got to stay in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to do anything with your music at this point?
Yeah, in a sense. So my man's, my people in Cincinnati, I was going down there fucking with my nigga X. He got a studio called Timeless Recording, so I was going down there rocking with them and shit. Doing a few videos, but I wasn't able to move like I wanted. But, I did what I could while I was there, try to capitalize on what I could, though.
Okay, so you grew up in Detroit, correct?
Yeah.
Which side?
West Side, Joy Road, Exit 9,
So when you grew up on the west side, Exit 9, Joy Road, what was life like as a child?
See, with me growing up, right, my mama was on crack from probably me 2 to age 18. So growing up, I'm from Joy Road, that's my home, right? But at the same time, we getting evicted 3 times a year. You get what I'm saying? So we done been shelters, this person house, that person house, granny, you know what I mean? We moved a lot. We been around, you know what I mean? Different neighborhoods and shit, but, growing up, I seen a lot. You know what I mean? Like, my house was a real live trap house. Like, no cap, no, you go in the kitchen, niggas cooking up motherfucking quarter bricks. You go in the basement, niggas cutting the blow. Bitches rent rooms, fucking with tricks. You get what I'm saying? Niggas chopping up crack in the other room. And, it was so much going on in our crib, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm young. I'm 12, 13 years old. I'm soaking this up. Plus, I'm a natural hustler. So I'm seeing Big T, rest in peace. Rio, rest in peace. I'm seeing my man Vito, 15, with a fucking Marat off the showroom floor. You know what I mean? You seeing niggas crunching and they're like, I ain't gonna lie, like, that was my dream profession as a kid. I mean, I look at it now and I'm like, damn, Leek, you was on some, you was kind of naive, but at the same time, I ain't want to do nothing else. I wanted to be the biggest drug dealer I could be. You feel me? No cap. That's what I aspired to be as a youngin'. You know what I mean?
So when did you first step off the porch and get your feet wet?
Shit, this shit go deep. I mean, the first time I ever sold weed, I was in 7th grade. My man's D, his mom, his stepdaddy was selling weed. He had like 15, 20 pounds. So my man's a pinch off every pound. Give me a zip, give him a zip. You know, first we was smoking, then, you know, I'm like, man, shit, we this gans. You know, we young. We don't really know what we got. We got gans. And we blowing this shit just for fun. I'm like, bro, we could sell this shit. And we started making money. And then fast forward, like a little bit after that, we got evicted off our house on Joy Road. And we end up.
How were you at this point?
I was 13. 12 going on 13. 9th grade. So I'm 12, 13, 9th grade. We get evicted off of Joy Road. And we got to move in Brightmont. So we move on Finkel and DaCosta and shit. So somebody looked out for us, gave us a place to stay. And my man stole a bike and shit, hid it in our backyard. I ain't know. When he hid it, so as we moving, I'm like, damn, it's a brand new bike. I takes the bike with me, it's a mongoose. Boom, I take the bike with me when we move. So we in Brightmont and shit. One morning, my mama, you know, like at the time she was on drugs, she rolled my bike to the store. Now we ain't got shit, we ain't got nothing. So all I got is this bike. And she know how much I loved it. She rolled it to the store like 8 in the morning, as soon as the store open. Somebody stole that bitch. So I'm heated. And I really heated at her like, damn, did my OG go sell my bike for some, you feel me? You know what I mean? I'm really, really feeling like that. And she telling me she didn't, but I'm like, man, you know, it's hard to believe. But the whole time, somebody did steal it. You feel me? We end up finding that shit out. So anyway, somebody motherfucking, she knew how much I loved it. She made a call. She called somebody up. Woo, woo. Nigga, she bought me a half track, nigga. You don't know what a half track is, that's half an 8-ball of crack, you feel me? Nigga, she take me in the crib, she sit me down. She say, look, this how you do this. Nigga, she showed me, she cut it down, woo, woo. You know, she like, shit, I want you to, you know, go over there on 6 Mile. 6 Mile and lash her to the apartment. She like, you get them started. You don't even charge them. Just give them a couple for free. She basically gave me the game, like, get them going. And then once you get them going, they chasing it now. Now you hit them like, bitch, I need 20 for this. Ooh, ooh. So, you know, I'm 13. And, you know, I don't know what she expected out of me, but she gave me a half track. I came back with 350. she like, how the fuck you do that? But I took what she told me and I just added my thing with it. You know what I mean? I learned when it comes to hustling, you got to kind of like, you got to make people like you and fuck with you. You know what I mean? Because most niggas want to dog the custos, talk to them crazy. And no, I make them feel like family. And shit, man, that shit worked for me. You know what I mean? And, you know, that was the real beginning. And from there, you know, that shit took off.
So, after you're doing this for a while, when did music come into play in your life?
Man, music always been in my life. I wrote my first rap in 4th grade. And it wasn't even me trying to aspire to be a rapper. It was just something that I could do, like, I could rhyme easy. I think this one, Get Rich or Die Trying came out. You know what I mean? And it was like, listening to 50. 50 probably had the first CD that I listened to, top to bottom, and knew every song. And it was like, damn, I just started writing this shit, and it was just a natural chemistry when it came with me and music, you know.
So when did you make your first song?
4th grade. 4th grade, I wrote my first rap. 4th grade.
You recorded it?
No, I didn't record it, but I rapped it to a couple females in the class. They was like, damn, this nigga kind of sweet. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the first time I rapped.
Yeah. So, getting a little more into rap and your music and everything like that, when was the first time that you actually decided, hey, I'm going to take this serious?
I ain't gonna lie. So this had to be 2009, 2010, right? It wasn't enough music that was hitting me. Like, you know what I mean? When I think of music, like, I love old school music. I love music that give you a feeling. And it was like, I gotta listen to older shit to give me that feeling. Like, I love music that give me that feeling. And I wasn't getting it. So I'm like, damn, man, you know, this is a void that's needed. And it made me kind of, you know, get on it. But at the same time, I'm hustling. So it's like, you know, I'm focused on getting money. And I ain't gonna lie though, T motivated me to really take it serious. I mean, I was doing it, but it was like every time we made some money, he'd go spend all his money on record time. And I'm like, damn, man, he for real about this shit. You know, most niggas would take their little money and go get some shoes and some, and I'm like, damn, he's serious. Like, and it was like, it kind of motivated me, like, cause I'm like, man, you can't do this shit forever, what you doing? And, you know, I really started putting my money into it because I think like this a road that's gonna lead to either prison or jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're out hustling. You're recording music.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fast forward a little bit.
All right.
How did you end up in Kentucky?
It's a good question. Shit. I'm trying to think of the right way to answer this question. I mean, I just knew the right people. You know what I mean? I knew the right people.
So was it a word of mouth kind of thing?
Nah, it was just a, you know, I was connected. And, you know, I was just connected for real. You know what I mean? And, you know, shit, you know, we Detroit niggas, we resourceful. You know what I mean? So I had what they needed. The numbers made sense. The math made sense. A to B, 7-hour drive, turn $13 into motherfucking $30. I mean, that shit made sense. You feel me? So, you know.
Yeah. So now that you're down in Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
on the indictment that you had, there were 10 other, it was 10 altogether people?
Between 10 and probably 14.
14.
Yeah.
So you get indicted. Did they get everybody else too at the same time? Or?
Some of them was already there. Some of them was already indicted. You know what I mean? But I guess when it came out, they kind of got majority of us, I believe, at the same time. You know what I mean?
Because one of the people who produced your music, was he caught up in it too? JT?
No, hell no.
How did you meet him?
I met JT in the feds. We was locked up. Shout out to my nigga JT Beats. Yeah, we met in the feds, man. You know, he a producer, I was a rapper, and we just locked in. You know what I mean? And we was in that bitch strategizing, planning, studying the music, you know, creating music, and you know, that's my dog.
And then when you got out, from the time that you went in to the time that you got out, you and him, did you write any music or anything like that while you were in jail?
Yeah, while we was in prison. So, you know, we got some you know, we had phones and shit. You know, we bought phones, we bought MPs. You know, we got snuck in prison and shit. And he had all his beats, so we was in that bitch writing his beats. You feel me? Making songs and shit. And then he learned how to play the piano, so we was in that bitch every day, 3-4 hours. Writing music, coming up with concepts, you know what I mean? And that really helped the bid and made the time fly, you know?
Yeah. So, any of the music that you're recording right now, was any of it wrote while you were in prison?
No. Mm-mm. I mean, I wrote some music, but the sound has changed. So now you gotta adjust to the sound, and it's like, it's just a different feeling. You know what I mean? Being actually here.
So when you say the sound has changed, you think it went more away from lyrical to just people liking the beat? And how's the sound changing in your mind?
Just the beats. You know, it's like everybody took a little bit of everybody. So we add that 808 Atlanta with the Detroit bass line, with the Cali little, you know what I mean? And it's like they made a new sound. You know what I mean? At least that's what I get from it though. You know? Yeah.
Good. So what new projects are you working on right now? Because I know when you first got out, you dropped your first video on Detroit Rap News. You worked with Diego. How was that?
Oh, that was lit. That was lit. First song produced by JT, just released. I reached out to Diego because I've been loving Diego work. Diego got that MTV shit, you know what I mean? And I reached out, sent him a record. He came up with a cold concept, and we put it together. You know what I mean? We put it together for sure.
So who would you say one of your biggest inspirations are when it comes to your music?
Artists or just period?
Just period.
Uh, I mean, my biggest inspiration is where I came from. You know what I mean? I mean, really coming from nothing, like no handouts, no mama, daddy gave me something, no big homie, knowing that feeling of being in a house with no heat, no hot water, taking cold showers in the middle of December, January. You feel me? Just that feeling, that struggle, that not having shit and not having nobody to help. That shit right there inspired and motivated me more than anything, because it's like, damn, I gotta make something happen, because if I don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it. You know what I mean? And for the people who know me from the streets, like east to west, they know, like, man, I'm a real one. And I ain't no nigga making music, capping about my life. Like, I done did shit that these niggas be just fantasizing and their imagination about, you know, and survived a lot of shit. So it's like, when I make this music, I want to inspire them same people that come from the same place I come from. Because, you know, they want to act like everybody rich and everybody up, but it's more motherfuckers that don't got it than got it. And it's like, at the same time, we can rap about what we got, but at the same time, we got to motivate them people who don't got it. Inspire them, because motherfuckers be needing hope. Motherfuckers around this bitch depressed, stressed, going through the same shit I went through, and they trying to figure out, damn, how do I get out this situation? Or is it anybody that could give me a pointer, or just, you know, a light down the dark tunnel? You feel me? And that's just what my goal is to be. You feel me?
So what do you think one of your biggest successes have been so far?
In life?
In the music industry. As far as the music.
My biggest success. I mean, I think my biggest success was being consistent and actually building something from the ground up and turning them into believers. The hardest thing to do is turn non-believers into believers. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you tell them, hey, man, I'm going to be a multi-millionaire by the time I'm 30. Oh, man, this motherfucker dreaming. But when you actually put in that work, you put in that grind, you put in that focus, and you build that bitch brick by brick, and they start seeing this house become, you get what I'm saying? Now they starting to see it. Then when they see the house, they like, damn. You feel me? And, you know, I think that's the main thing, though, you know?
So what about in life? One of the biggest successes in life? Something that you can look back on or look at and you say, you know, I really worked hard and I accomplished that. Something that your mind to.
Damn, that's a good one. I'm gonna say my biggest success right now that I value personally is just a father. You know what I mean? So my dad came in my life at 15. You know, I was in juvenile today, the first time I ever talked to my daddy. I got a phone call. Hey man, your daddy here. My daddy, I'm in juvenile, you feel me? And it's like, so my thing was like, damn, I gotta be what I didn't have all around the board. And I feel like being a father is one thing that I value and I cherish. You know what I mean? So I feel like me being a dad is probably my biggest success to this day. You know what I mean?
What would you give as far as advice to someone who's caught up in the street life?
I'm gonna give y'all the real. This the shit they didn't give me, right? So you see the money, you see the cars, you see the bitches, you see the money, and they don't tell you about the other side, about the feds, who got this 97% conviction rate, that once them bitches come, they got you. You're either going to cooperate or you're gonna take this time. Ain't no I'm gonna get a cold lawyer, none of that shit. And then you find out when you go to prison, that same bitch that you was buying Louis bags and put through school and got all this shit for, guess what? She fucking your mans. Them same niggas that you helped get on their feet and put money on, them niggas gonna forget about you. Them same family members, oh, yo, I love you, cuz, I love you, bro, I love you. Them motherfuckers not answering that phone. They ain't putting 25 cents on your books. Niggas not taking your son to go play basketball. Them same motherfuckers that you love gonna be running with the same niggas speaking bad on you. They running with these niggas and they not checking these hoe ass niggas. And it's like, you find out that the biggest thing I learned is that love got an expiration date on it. We think like, oh, this love is, no, man, your shit got a date on it, my nigga, and it's probably only valid as long as you can provide something. So to my niggas in the streets, bro, you gotta have a plan. Cause guess what? You gonna end up in prison or jail, whether you selling dope, scamming, or you one of these niggas who wanna shoot up and kill shit. So I really wanna talk to my young niggas shooting shit, right? Now I get it. We gotta get active. We gotta handle our business. Stop putting it in the music. The feds listening. Stop putting it on the ground. The feds on Instagram. They got warrants to go in anybody's DM, no matter how old it was. If you erased it, they could tap in on your video calls. They see everything on the ground. Number one, Facebook, all that shit, right? And it's like, y'all niggas doing this killing, man. Killers move in silence. When I was coming up, the Killers, that was the real hit. You didn't even know who they was, but you knew that niggas gave them a certain respect. Now, I don't knock doing what you got to do, but it's about how you do it. Now, everybody cool with them pistols, but guess what? When you get in a joint, nigga, ain't no pistols. You feel me? You a $120, you was a killer on the street, but guess what? You getting slapped around in the motherfucking joint, nigga. You hit that yard, you might be getting fucked. You feel me? Niggas horsing you in that bitch, so it's like, you think you built for this shit, but you ain't built to go to war every day with your motherfucking fists or a little ass shank. Or can you take that shit? So it's like, everybody tough with a pistol, but it's like they took away fighting. So it's like, who the real men? So I just say, think about it. Because when they see you to their USP and your paperwork ain't right and they run you up or they run up in you. Because niggas, you know what I mean? And it's like, my thing is like, man, come on now. You know, I mean, it's getting out of hand. Detroit is a hustle city, man. Detroit niggas is known for getting money. Everywhere, every state, niggas respect us. Every prison across America, niggas respect Detroit niggas for getting money. And y'all can't forget this shit. Don't forget, we trendsetters. Niggas copy off of us. You feel me? Big Meech went to the A and turned that bitch up and out. And got a lot of niggas rich. A Detroit nigga. You know what I mean? We got to remember who the fuck we is. Now, ain't nothing wrong with knocking shit down, but at the same time, do it with a purpose. Like I say, man, make this shit bigger than that. You know what I mean? Control your section. Put some order, some organization where, all right, women, children, old ladies, off limits. If y'all real hitters, ain't no just coming up spraying the block. No, fuck that. Nigga, walk a nigga down. You feel me? If that's what you gonna do, and do it right. Don't put it on social media and, you know what I mean? But my main thing is I just want to tell the young niggas like, bro, the game is rigged. You can't win. The plugs, the Migos, whoever you getting your work from, they telling on you. Because they don't look at us like one of them. If they tell on the black motherfucker, it's not telling to them. As long as they don't tell on they kind, you feel me? So the plugs telling, the niggas telling, the custos telling. You get what I'm saying? And then the feds will let you do your thing for a long ass time. Sit and watch you. And then they'll come get you. So, like, and this is what I learned, right? Ain't nobody cold and just that smooth. These old niggas who got 30-year runs, then you kind of find out like, oh, dog done hung a couple niggas back in the day. He done slam dunked a couple niggas. Man, listen, them niggas got Pablo Escobar, Chapo, Lord of the Skies. What the fuck they gonna do with a nigga from Joy Road or 7 Mile that's moving a 50 bricks or whatever? You think he's smarter than them? You feel me? So just think about it. If they catching the main niggas, billion-dollar drug lords, what is gonna be a nigga that's in the city with $1 million or 500,000? So it's like the game rigged, man. You can't win. You gonna take this 30 years, or you gonna be a fucking confidential informant, and you gonna sell your soul for the rest of your life, and you gonna get a lot of good motherfuckers locked up in prison forever. So I say, if you in the streets, come up with a plan. You gotta put a time or a number on it. All right, man, 2 years. I gotta have me 100,000. Whatever come first, the 2 years or the 100,000, and then you gotta get out that shit, transition, learn something different, because nigga, you see what happened, niggas be in the streets forever, man. Niggas is dead or in jail for life, 30 years, and they lose everything. You feel me? Everything. So my advice is, man, the streets don't love you. These niggas ain't loyal. These bitches ain't loyal. And you know what I mean? If you got you a true motherfucker, your mama, your sister, you know what I mean? Take care of them people, man, because real motherfuckers is far and few. You know what I mean? It's like it's a real shortage on real motherfuckers. You get some real motherfuckers in your corner, learn some shit, travel, get out this bitch, see the world, man. This shit bigger than Detroit, my nigga. You know what I mean? And you never know. Find something you good at. But if you ready to be in a small ass room for 30 years around a bunch of bitter ass old niggas regretting talking about the past, if you can handle that shit, by all means, nigga, like the army, be all you can be. But if you a young nigga that got some sense, a gift, a ability, man, transition, pivot, do something different. You know what I mean? Cause shit, nigga, when you get in that cell, they gonna forget about you. Everybody. They gonna forget about you, my nigga. And they ain't gonna do shit for you, your kids. And you know, that shit get real.
So with that being said, if someone does find themselves in a situation where they are in prison, in your experience, like things that you've seen, what is one of the craziest things that you've seen while you were locked up in prison?
Like violent?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I seen a nigga eyeball get knocked out in a motherfucking salad bar. Goddamn Migos was in there fighting. Sereños and Norteños and shit. And a nigga knocked his eyeball into the salad bar. You feel me? On some real shit, my nigga. No cap, my nigga. For real.
He knocked his eyeball
Knocked
out of his head.
Out of his head.
Did he hit him with something? Or
I mean, you really couldn't tell what it was, but that nigga eyeball was in the salad bar, my nigga. In the salad bar.
So what?
No cap. No cap, my nigga.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, for real.
His eyeball get knocked into a pile of salad.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit for real though. For real.
Do you have anything else comparable to that as far as a crazy situation that happened in there? His eyeball.
Yeah.
Out of his head.
Out of his head.
Into the salad.
Into the salad bar.
The bar.
And they found that bitch.
Did they put it back?
Yeah.
They put his eye back.
I mean, I guess he was like I don't think you can see out of his glass eye or something, but the nigga eye came out. And they put that bitch back in for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's horrible, actually. But we did ask. So being in an environment with that level of violence, you know, how do you cope with knowing at any moment you might have to get involved in some of that? Like, do you group up with other people, or do you?
I mean, prison like this, right? On the highs, the lows, the mediums, the USPs, the state level 2 to 4. If you a hoe ass nigga on the street, you gonna be a hoe ass nigga in prison. You get what I'm saying? If you move with respect on the street, you gonna move the same way in prison. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, action come your way, cause some niggas have bad days. But the number one thing, as long as you be a man, you hold your own, you stand up for yourself, man, motherfuckers gonna respect it. Win, lose, or draw. Nigga, you stand up for yourself. You feel me? And nigga can't do nothing but respect it. But you know, some niggas group up, get in gangs. I mean, the spot I was at, it was a little smoother. It was cool. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't too much action, but it was more like, I feel like it was a place for me to learn. So my main thing was how I did it. I read and I worked out and fucked with music all day. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I did my time. You know what I mean? And fucked with the old heads that had some knowledge. Hey man, when you get out, put your money in this. Hey man, you know, I was trying to learn. Cause this motherfucker in the feds is people from everywhere. Goddamn nigga, one motherfucker hit him for 300 million. You got bankers, government officials, politicians. And it's like, you just the only place you really can sit down and really be with these type of people and soak up some of that knowledge in that game. And that's what I did with my time more than anything, you know.
So you were in prison with politicians?
Politicians, judges, prosecutors, Wall Street motherfuckers, you name it, they was in there. And they was hitting real licks. They make us look like, nigga, we was in the wrong game. You feel me? 300 million. You like, shit. Motherfucker got 10 years for 300 million. We get caught with an ounce of fentanyl, nigga. We getting 30, 20 years, depending on your record. So it's like, it made me look at life different. Like, damn, what the fuck we been doing this whole time? We around doing this petty ass shit, risking our lives, and these motherfuckers hit for 300 million and got 10 years. You feel me? So it make you think like, damn, you know, it's the world is bigger than we think it is. You know what I mean?
So when something like that occurs, you know, they get 300 million, 50 million, 5 million. Are they taking all of the money, or, you know?
I mean, you know, they probably get a little bit of it, but when a motherfucker walking on the yard with a Kool-Aid smile every day, you know he got some shit put up. You feel me? You like, this motherfucker, he too happy. He know, like, shit, when I get out this bitch, yeah, I gave him 100 back out of 3. Even if you gave him 2 back, they doing hedge funds and, you get what I'm saying? Angel funds and hitting them. So it's like, you know, shit.
I think it's a big discrepancy between the white collar crime and the, I guess you could say, street level crime, as far as the money that you can make and the time that you get.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to look at it. They don't got white collar laws like they got crack laws. You feel me? I mean, they took it back, they changed it, but they made crack laws. You get what I'm saying? And now they got fentanyl and meth that's giving you the worst time possible for the littlest amount. You get what I'm saying? And it's like when it come to embezzlement and wire fraud and money laundering, that time ain't shit. I mean, you got to get a lot of money, but you know, the time and the money don't add up. You get what I'm saying? You divide all that money up and every day you do in prison, and you probably make more money working at McDonald's. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just how I be looking at it.
So coming back to the music, do you think the music industry right now is missing anything at all?
Yeah. I mean, I heard Jim Jones say something about like talent. Like, it's no more talent. Now it's about gimmicks and, you know, and I don't knock it though, because guess what? Them gimmicks and that shit is changing some people's lives. But at the same time, you gotta understand, music's so therapeutic. Music is so powerful. It's like, we gotta get something. You get what I'm saying? You know, you gotta get something out the music. Like, let's think about the 70s music. What was their music about? Majority. It was about love. It was about what a motherfucker was going through, a feel-good song. Like, you actually feel it, and it's timeless. We could play a Marvin Gaye record right now. Kendrick just did it. You feel me? And it hit you the same way it hit you in 1970-something. And it's like, now it's like, I don't knock nobody's music. I mean, it's people that's doing it, but it's like, we need more music that hit you and inspire you. And you know what I mean? You know, these young niggas, they got young niggas on tip right now on drill time, and it's like, shit, you know? Them drills getting you life in prison. Is you ready for it?
So you think the music and the streets are really bleeding in together, and people are trying to imitate what they see as far as...
I mean, the streets is music. So, if you want to know what's, I mean, basically, whatever's going on in the streets is going to transition into the music. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like the streets is the biggest influence. You know what I mean? The streets is the biggest influence when it comes to that. You know, so my thing is, I'd say like, the music is powerful. The music is powerful. Like, it's so powerful that it's got everybody kind of like in this trance. You know what I mean? They're thinking like, you a suburban kid, you from fucking Southfield, now you gotta be this killer. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you got the ability to go be a doctor, a teacher, you know what I mean? But now you feel like, oh, I gotta get a strap, I gotta pop perks. And it's like, bro, that ain't your life, man. You ain't even built for this shit. And then it's gonna hit you when you sober up and you in that cell and that judge say, oh yeah, you got 60 to 90 years. Now you in that bitch crying like a little bitch, you threw your life away. And you not built for prison, so ain't no telling how your time gonna be. So it's like, you know, the music, I say the music just need a little bit more, it need a little bit more feeling. Give them the fun shit, give them the turn shit. Give them what's going on in the world. But at the same time, give these young brothers, these young, you know what I mean? Give them some motivation too. Like, bro, be you. You ain't gotta, because everybody else on this, be you. Be great at it. Be good at it. Pursue the gift God gave you. Not, oh, my man's good at rapping, I'm gonna try to rap. Oh, my man's shooting videos, I'm about, oh man, that was his gift. God gave you something else, bro. Pursue that. Take the time to get to know yourself and really what a real man is. Because you got to look at it. Most of us didn't have fathers. If we did, they probably was, you know what I mean? And it's like, we ain't had the best examples of real man. And it's like, bro, find yourself. Get some foundation. Have some morals and principles and values. Like, stand for something. And find your way. You know what I mean? Don't copy the next man. Like, all of us got something we good at that's unique, man. Do it. Be great at it. You feel me?
So what is it that inspires you in your music?
Like I say, man, the struggle, man, the have-nots. You know what I mean? It's so many motherfuckers that's lost right now that ain't got shit. And like when you listen to my music, you'll hear me say certain shit, and it's like I'm rapping about 100% experience, but I want you to feel it. When you hear this shit, I want you to see it as I seen it. I want this shit to put chills in you, like, damn, bro, I went through that same shit, or I understand, I can relate. Like, so my inspiration is just my childhood. Like, man, they counted me out on some real shit. Like, we was in the system. Mama was on drugs. We was the family that they thought was out of the whole family that, man, ain't gonna be shit. You know what I mean? And that's for real. They treated us as such. You know what I mean? Some ain't gonna admit it, some is. But yeah, we was frowned upon. So it's like, oh yeah, guess what? I'm gonna make y'all regret that play right there. Because guess what I'm about to do? And I did it. I just chose to do it in the street. So you gotta look at it. I was 21 years old, 6 figures up. You know what I mean? And on my own. I didn't get no hands out. I didn't rob nobody. I ain't finesse nobody. I took $1,500 and I motherfucking grinded and stacked it every motherfucking day. And I did my thing. You get what I'm saying? And all the old heads had to respect it, because it's like, you can't treat me as the peon, because I came to the table with my own. Before anybody ever brought anything to me, I had 20-some thousand my own. You know what I mean? 18 years old. So it's like, you feel me? So it's like, shit, you got to deal with me as such. Yeah, I'm younger, but I'm a peer. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm coming to the table with my own. You know, not with my hand out. You know, so.
You saying money makes all things equal? Then.
I mean, money, respect, how you move, how you conduct business. You know, the end of your character. You know, that changed everything, because you got a lot of clowns with money. You got a lot of hoe-ass niggas with money, a lot of suckers. You know what I mean? And they think that money makes them a real nigga, and money don't make you a real nigga. You get what I'm saying? You just a clown with money. You just a hoe-ass nigga with money. You get what I'm saying? Money don't make you real. Your character, your morals, your beliefs, what you stand for, what you do for people who can't do nothing for you. Now that show what type of man you is. What you do for a person that can't help you with nothing, don't got 50 cents to help you. How do you treat him? How do you talk to him? Would you help him? That's your character. Do you take care of your mama? Do you take care of your kids? What about your neighborhood, the young people you see struggling? Do you contribute to something that's bigger than you or more than you? You get what I'm saying? To me, that's what matters, you know?
Yeah. So as far as what is one of the nicest things you feel like you bought for some of the money that you made hustling?
Shit, Audemars, bust down Audemars, shit, couple foreigns, cribs. I mean, I'm gonna keep 100 with you, right? Before I ever bought a Rolex, before I bought a foreign car, I bought 2 houses. I was 19 years old. And I ain't gonna lie, it was an old head. He was in the real estate gang, used to be in the streets. And he kind of spooked me. He like, man, this street shit, man, this shit don't last, man. They gonna come get you. But he was giving me knowledge at the same time. But he made sense. He like, bro, you gotta have something when all this shit over with. And you know, so he did the real estate, bought 2 houses. in my hood, fixed them up, whoop, whoop, and you know what I mean? I cherish them more than anything because I bought them, I built them up, and they was mine and I owned it. You get what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna lie, the real estate game is hard because you gotta monitor your shit. In Detroit, they strip everything. So, you know, it was a learning lesson, but you know, I think the houses was probably my best investment. You know what I mean? The Rollies and the Audemars, you know, they was cool, but you know what I mean? Once you got them, you know, it ain't really, you know, they all the same. You feel me? To me.
About that watch in your wrist right now. Tell us a story about that one right there. That's a nice watch.
Oh, you know, something I grabbed when I came
Hold
home.
it up for the camera so people see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a Cartier, rose gold, two-tone. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I just want to say something too, right? Musicians, young niggas, don't get caught up in the jury and all that shit, man. If you ain't got your priorities in together, you ain't got, you know what I mean? It's gonna come. Buy what you need and not what you want, and eventually you'll have everything you want. You feel me? Take your time. The watch gonna come, the chain gonna come, the crib, the car. Stack, invest, grind, put in the work, and you'll get it. You know what I mean? You'll get that shit for sure.
So being in the position that you are in right now, what's something that you would tell your younger self if you could go back in time and talk to yourself when you were 15, 16 years old?
I ain't gonna lie. Shit, man. Put everything you got on Bitcoin. And Facebook and shit, you know what I mean? Nah, but if I could tell my younger self something, I'd tell him, stack the money and be mindful of the company you keep. You know what I mean? Because when you're a good motherfucker, right, you never really gonna have problems. Your problem is gonna always be somebody else's problems. Be mindful of the women you sleep with. You know, I have a goddamn, I need a 2-day sit down with myself, 15 years old, because I gotta let them know this shit gonna get rough, but trust it. Trust the process, man. And things can change. You know what I mean? Things can change. Because people who know me, they know where I came from. They know. And they sink the grind. It ain't like, oh, pandemic came, I came up on some bread. No, they think this nigga take this shit and build this bitch up from the ground up. You know what I mean? So I really wouldn't change shit, but I would, man, go put 10,000 on Bitcoin, nigga, in 2021. Pull that shit out. You feel me? Shit, I seen some shit. They said $1,000 would have been like 200 million or something right now. I'm like, damn. Who the fuck was, you know, what type of circle was I in? Nobody ain't know about Bitcoin and, you know, but that's it for real though. Some shit like that. Change the family wealth. That's it.
Yeah. So, speaking of hustle, there's another hustle out here right now that people are doing. I don't know if you heard about it.
Okay.
Potato chips.
Okay.
Have you heard of those rap snacks?
Yeah. I heard of them.
All right. Well, Detroit has their very own.
Okay.
They're called We Eatin'.
Oh, we eating. Okay.
So we're going to give you a package of these, and we want you to tell us what you think about the packaging and the overall taste.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Detroit.
Oh, yeah. We got we eating. Vez. Shout out to my nigga Vez, you know. We got the hot potato chips right here. We about to see what these bitches hitting like. Packaging look A1 though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, these bitches look good. Let's see what they hitting like. Yeah, shout out to Iced Up Records, eh? Damn. These bitches fire.
All right.
These bitches fire. Damn. These bitches actually good as hell, for real. Hey, you got you one, Viz. You got you one. You know, I support that shit we eating. Detroit song, black owned business, man. Support this shit. For sure.
So what future projects do you have coming up that the fans are going to look out for?
I mean, the fans need to look out for. I got a couple projects. So, I'm doing something with Detroit Rap News. No Sleep. No Sleep, number 5. And it's going to be about 5 to 6 tracks, all crack. You feel me? And then I got an EP I'm putting out, I Will Not Lose. We gonna do a part 1 and part 2. But right now I got like 4 singles coming out. Ain't Nothing Changed, Chase Money, I'm a Hustler, Real Recognize Real too. So, you know, I got some crack coming, you know what I mean? So just be on the lookout. I'm about to flood y'all with singles, undeniable hits, something different, but something that the streets need, you know what I mean, that everybody can relate to. And we gonna turn this bitch up and watch what's about to happen. You know, I'm next up out this bitch, you feel me? And I'm gonna pull niggas up with me. And I'm gonna show niggas the blueprint. Ain't no holding the game back. Scared a nigga gonna pass you up. If I can help you, if I got the advice, if I got the information, I'm giving it. That's what this shit about, man. You feel me?
All right. Well, thanks for coming down and stopping by Detroit Rap News. Appreciate it.
You know it, for sure, for sure.
Leek Hustle.